Something on trade in a second, but just on this point of what's the alternative. The best thing that I've read about this, I can't remember who said it, was that it is really the most stupid question out, which is what's the alternative to being in... No, not the question here, the question that you posed, which is what's the alternative to being in the EU. Hang on, the alternative to being in the EU is not being in the EU. And most of the countries... It looks like
like no environmental policy. It looks like getting rid of the social chapter. It looks like having no workers' rights protected at EU level.
Well, most of the countries in the world are not in the EU, and they are doing better than the EU. Now, on the trade question, I just wanted to offer.
But can you answer the question that he didn't answer, which is what country?
Right. The country that we'd be like is our own country. It's a silly. It's such a silly. Honestly, please. I really wish that these politicians would just stop treating us like idiots. The point you're making is completely ridiculous.
No, it isn't. It's a very simple point.
Would you like our own country?
No, but as we look around the world, Steve, it's a serious point. As we look around the world with the different trading arrangements, because trade is fundamental to this, what country do we want to emulate when it comes to our relationship outside the EU with the EU? And there's no point in saying Britain, because we're in the EU at the moment, and in the single market.
Okay. No, so can I just trade? Because there's a particular thing. I just wanted to offer a perspective on this question of trading arrangements.
All right.
Because there's a particular vanity that I have noticed about politicians, which is that they believe that the whole world revolves around what they decide and what they do. And they think that the only good things that happen... Hang on a second.
It's David Cameron like that.
He's the exception.
The only good things in the world come from the decisions they make and the rules they do and the things that they set up. The truth is that our success as an economy, more than anything else, depends on something that is known as comparative advantage. In simple terms, are we designing and making things that the rest of the world wants to buy? That's within our control. And that's the fundamental point here, that we need to make our economy more productive by the policies that we implement here in this country, and then that is what will lead to our success.
Okay, thank you.